In this video, I will teach you the fourth lesson in general mathematics under the strengthened senior high school curriculum, which is all about percentage increase and decrease. But before that, let us continue working with the remaining example problems for our previous lesson. And this time, they're all about piecework. If you haven't watched lesson 3 yet, you can find it in the description box below. In that lesson, we also discussed commission and piecework along with several example problems involving commission. Number 4. Ah-hyun works in the bracelet making shop where she is paid through a piecework compensation method. She earns 18 pesos for every bracelet she completes. If Ah-hyun was able to complete 135 bracelets this week, how much did she earn? This problem is an example of piecework earning. For us to be able to answer the question, we are going to use this formula. P is equal to IR. Wherein yung P, ayan yung total piecework earning niya. Yung I, that is the number of items that are made or sold. And yung R, ayan yung rate per unit or piece. For example, 15 pesos per bracelet. So from the problem, kita naman sa given na si Ah-hyun ay nakaka-earn ng 18 pesos per bracelet. So ang ibig sabihin yung R natin is 18. And then she completed 135 bracelets. So yung I natin is 135. So, ganito yung magiging itsura niya kapag sinubstitute natin ito. 135 times 18 is 2,430. Therefore, Ah-hyun's total piecework earning for the week is 2,430 pesos. Last example. Tutor Prince has a small pastillas business. He makes the pastillas at home and sells them at school for 5 pesos per piece. He made 100 pieces today, but by the end of the day, he was only able to sell 85 pieces. How much did he earn that day? Just a little bit disclaimer lang. Although this is a small business situation rather an employee compensation setup, we can still apply the same piecework concept because yung earnings natin ay nakadepende pa rin sa number of items na nabenta. Now, let us identify the given information. 85 pieces yung nabenta niya, so yung I natin is 85. So kung napapansin nyo, 100 pieces yung ginawa niya pero 85 pieces lang yung nabenta. So ginamit natin yung 85 kasi yung earnings makukuha siya kapag nabenta lang yung pastillas. Now, if you may ask, bakit kaya ganun? Nakalagay naman dito na I represents the items made or sold. Always remember that context matters. Ibig sabihin, kailangan i-analyze muna natin yung problem before we even solve the problem. Kasi hindi naman ibig sabihin na made or sold, pipili ka lang dyan sa isa. Of course, doon pa rin tayo magbe-base sa problem. Now, the selling price is 5 pesos per piece, so yung R natin is 5. Using the formula P is equal to IR, P is equal to 85 times 5, which is equal to 425. Therefore, Tutor Prince earned 425 pesos that day. Now that we have finished our discussion on piecework, let us move on to our new lesson, which is all about percentage increase and decrease. The difficulty level of this lesson is moderately easy, so the discussion will still be light as well. In everyday life, the prices of products, goods, services, and even wages may fluctuate over time. Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng fluctuate? Fluctuate means that something changes over time. For example, the price of rice, gasoline, electricity, or even yung mga sahod natin ay pwedeng tumaas o bumaba. That is because of multiple factors such as inflation and other economic conditions. Siguro sa balita may naririnig kayo na statements such as there has been a 50% increase in the price of petrol or electricity rates decreased by 10%. Yung sinasabi na 50% increase or 10% decrease are examples of percentage change. Ano nga ba ang percentage change? Percentage change refers to the increase or decrease of a quantity compared to its original value, expressed as a percent. For example, ang isang item that is costed 100 pesos ay tumaas to 150 pesos. Yung itinaas sa presyo or yung price increase is 50 pesos, which is 50% of the original price. Yung 50% that is the percentage change or yung percentage increase. Karaniwang ginagamit ang percentage change when discussing the prices of the products, yung sahod natin, inflation, business profits and losses, population growth, investments, at iba pa. Now, the formula for percentage change is PC is equal to new minus old all over old times 100%. Wherein yung PC that represents the percentage change. Yung new, it is the new value of the product. And then yung old, that is the original value or yung old value of the product. Now, instead na i-memorize lang natin yung formula immediately, kailangan muna natin i-understand bakit kaya ito gumagana. One mathematical advice that I always give is that we should not memorize formulas blindly. Ano po ba yung ibig sabihin nun? Kapag nagme-memorize tayo ng formula, hindi lang tayo basta memorize lang, lalo na kung mahaba yung formula. We also need to understand how and why they were formed. Because when you understand the logic behind the formula, remembering it becomes much easier. Now, let us see this through an example. Number 1. If the original price of a product is 25,000 pesos and it increased to 28,000 pesos, by what percent did the price increase? Using the formula PC is equal to new minus old all over old times 100%. So, di ba kapag nag-ooperate tayo ng isang equation or expression, ino-operate muna natin yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. That is PEMDAS rule. So, yung gagawin natin, let us first find the difference between the new and old prices. Yung new price is 28,000 pesos. So, ito yung ilalagay natin sa unahan. And then yung original or yung old price is 25,000 pesos. Ayan yung ilalagay natin sa huli. Now, bakit kaya ang ginawa is new minus old instead na old minus new? Actually, pwede naman siyang both, pero ang standard is new minus old. Bakit kaya? I will discuss about it later. But for now, let us continue. 28,000 minus 25,000 is 3,000. Yung 3,000, ayan yung price na nadagdag sa original price na 25,000 pesos. So, ayan yung sole purpose natin kung bakit natin sinubtract ang 28,000 sa 25,000 para malaman kung magkano yung nadagdag. Pero ang talagang hinahanap sa problem is kung ilang percent ang nadagdag. That is the percentage change or yung percentage increase na sinasabi. In other words, we can say that what percent of the original price is 3,000. Since the original price serves as our base or point of comparison, meaning kino-compare natin ang price increase sa old price, i-divide natin ang increase by the original price. Kaya, yung denominator natin is the old price and not the new price. So, 3,000 divided by 25,000 is 0.12. So, ano yung purpose ng 100% dito? Mako-convert natin ang decimal into percent by multiplying it by 100%. So, 0.12 times 100% is 12%. Therefore, the percentage increase is 12%. Number 2. A laptop originally costs 45,000 pesos, but during a promotional sale, its price was reduced to 36,000 pesos. By what percent did the price decrease? So, unlike sa example number 1 na hinahanap ang percentage increase, dito naman sa example number 2, percentage decrease naman ang hinahanap. Which is still similar kasi they are both examples of percentage change kasi nga may pagbabago sa presyo. We will still use the same formula, PC is equal to new minus old all over old times 100%. Now, let us identify the given values. New price is 36,000 pesos at saka yung old price is 45,000 pesos. Ngayon, if isa-substitute natin yung mga value na to, ganito yung itsura niya. And as usual, i-ooperate muna natin yung nasa loob ng parenthesis first. 36,000 minus 45,000 is negative 9,000. Now, as you can see, negative yung price change natin, which indicates that there is a price decrease. Now, i-divide na natin ito by the old price. Negative 9,000 divided by 45,000 is negative 0.20. Ngayon, i-convert natin ang decimal into a percent. Negative 0.20 times 100% is negative 20%. Therefore, the percentage change is negative 20%. Now, this leads to the question na bakit kaya new minus old ang formula instead na old minus new? Kasi for example, sa first problem, ang 28,000 pesos na new price is mas malaki sa original price na 25,000, which indicates na may increase sa presyo. And kapag nasa unahan ng new price at isubtract natin sila, positive ang magiging sagot. Unlike sa second problem na mas maliit naman ang new price na 36,000 pesos kaysa sa old price na 45,000 pesos, it indicates na bumaba ang presyo. Ngayon, when we operate the expression, nasa unahan pa rin ang new price at nasubtract natin ito sa 45,000 pesos and then negative naman ang sagot. So, always remember na kapag positive ang sagot, there is a percentage increase. Kapag negative ang sagot, there is a percentage decrease. Now, kaya ko sinabi na pwede namang old minus new, that is because pwede namang ganun ang gamitin sa percentage decrease para positive pa rin ang sagot. Pero, that is only applicable sa percentage decrease, especially if halata naman na nag-decrease ang presyo. At hindi mo na kailangan ng negative to indicate that there is a decrease. Ngayon, you can try to solve this last example problem by your own. Within 10 seconds, I'm going to show you the full process of solving it. And this is how we solve it. The next lesson will be all about the effects of inflation on costs and wages over time. Let me know in the comment section below kung gusto nyo ng another example problems from the past few lessons or another set of quizzes before we proceed to another lesson.